Hi guys, welcome back.
Welcome everybody.
Just give me tool rest a little bit of a clean. There we go, keeps it all nice and slick. Right. Thank you to everyone who wished me a happy birthday. Much appreciated. Had a nice time. So it was all good. Let me just grab me coffee. Right, what am I doing? I'm doing a little bit of everything today. I'm doing a turn-in. Someone's asked me, because I've done that pencil pot the other day, someone's asked me for one, it's a friend, asked for a pencil pot, but what they want me to do is do a basket weave on it. And I ain't got to treat it, they just want me to put a bit of sanding seal on it, because they want to do that, you know when they do that colouring, all the little, they asked me if I'd do it, I said, yeah, you got to be bloody joking.
And I'm
it's
too
bad
busy.
enough for me to do 24 lines down it with a burner, let alone colour all those little individual things. So they're going to do it themselves. Yeah. Okay, so when it's all finished, I'll probably get you a picture of it or something. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And I'm going to be doing a bit with Carbide because I have been asked. I've been asked a few times actually, because I tend to. For doing my beads, you know, I don't use no beading tools. I tend to roll my beads with a spindle gauge. Well, I've been asked about doing it with the Carbide. I have shown it before, but I've been asked again about doing it with Carbide. Right, I've got a couple of little splits in the top of this, but I reckon they're going to go as soon as I go in a little bit. I was going to cut it down, but I thought I'll just see how it goes when I do it. So I'm just going to start between centres. Now I'm doing this is going to be an end grain hollowing. The reason being, I'm using this sycamore. I've got some of, because all the wood I've got this a light sort of lightish colour is really wet. It's like
ash and all that.
Ash and stuff like that, and it's quite wet. So I wanted a dry piece of wood, and this is a bit dry. It's not perfect. I haven't got anything this sort of size that I wanted. So I'm using this, and because with the sycamore on the end grain, it doesn't go as good. You can't get as good a finish, so I'm doing it side grain. I think I'll get a better finish on it because I can't do too much to it, see, because like I say, they're going to finish it themselves. So that's between centres, and I'm going to turn it to round. I'll just quickly look at that. Look, I cleaned up me hat a bit. I cleaned it up and I put a new one of these on. Now I couldn't get any of the Axminsters haven't got them on their site. I don't know whether they're not going to do them anymore or whatever, or they're just out of stock. They haven't even got them on there. I couldn't find them. These they're just Velcro in. So I got these ones from Safe Tech Direct. And they were really cheap actually, £3 something plus that. So it worked out. I bought 3 of them with next day postage DPD for less than 20 quid, £19 something.
£19.80.
So I got 3 of them. So and I cleaned me master and I've put that in, and yeah. So now it seals up nicely now. So I'm going to start with this. First off, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use a roughing gouge to turn it down because it's the quickest. I want it to be quick because I've got quite a bit to do. I've got a bit of indexing to do, everything to do on this.
Oh, crash bang, will it?
Now, I mean, my all fits nice and tight now. Look at that. It's been a bit loose before, but I'd stitched a new bit of elastic on the back as well.
Yeah.
Done a little bit of a repair job on it. And it's all nice. Right, I'm going to start that up, step over here, let it spin up. Grab your big roughing gouge and just take it down. I'm going to do just a slightly flared shape to it. There we go, I think that'll do it. It'll just come up, not quite. Nearly there. Come on. That's it. Right, so I'm in there. Just that slight flare. That's all I want. I'll check the finish should be alright on that. I'll check the finish in a minute. Right, now what I want to do is just put a tenon on the bottom. So I can grab it in a chuck. I'm sorry, yeah, carbide for that. So I've just rolled it over. Just to get me dovetail there. Right, that all seems alright. I think I'll go with that. I'm going to take a little cut in here, just to see if it gets rid of the cracks. Right, I'm going to stop it at that and put it in the chop. Right, I've got a tiny little flap there, but that's going to be alright because I'm probably going to shorten that bottom down anyway. I've got a nice finish on that anyway. No, lovely finish. Right, I'm going to take it off and put it in the chuck. Be back in 2 seconds, guys. I've just got to move this wire out the way. I've got a wire going across here. I want to move it out the way. Now I'll give that to Lisa. Right, sorry guys, don't mean to leave you on your own. Right, okay, I'm back. Right. Get it held. I don't know. Well, I've done it for that chuck. No, I'm probably a bit big on that chuck actually. Let me see. I don't want to get it on that one. No, it won't go on that one. I'm probably going to put that on those drawers there, I think. I might have left that tenon a little bit big actually. No, I've got it. Now I've done that so my jaws are fully out. Like I've said before, for this, because I want grip, if you see here, my jaws are now fully open, okay? Now I know a lot of people think, oh no, it's got to be perfect circle. Well, yes, that's fine if that's what you want to do. That's up to you. For me, I don't want it to be a perfect circle. I want 8 little corners to dig right in and get a hold of it, like so, okay? And I can tighten it up nice, because this is quite deep and I've got a hollow down inside this, so I want to know it's gonna, I want to know those teeth have dug right into it, see? I'm going to bring this up first, because I'm going to be doing the beading first, so I'm going to hold everything steady. Did those cracks go? Near enough. I should bring that down a little bit, so I should probably start about there. Come down. Right, so the beading, as you know, I'd normally do it with a spindle gouge, but if we're going to do it with carbide, we've got 2 options. So we can do it with a 9mm round, or we can do it with a detail. Now, to be quite honest, I'll do a little bit with a detail. The 9mm round, I'll do a little bit of detail. Now, Lisa's going to come round to here so you can see this. I'm going to have to take another tiny little pass just there. I've got a tiny little bit of a flat just there. Right, we're all going, not let it make sure it's trued up properly. So I'm going to take another little pass, my roughing gouge. Nice. That's it, that's all nice and smooth there. Normally I would sand that before I do it, but I don't think I've really even got a... I might give it a very quick go. And the only reason for that is because I'm rolling the beads. So I'll just give it a very quick stand. That's it, nice and smooth now. Right, so I want my tool bang on centre. It'll come up a fraction. So if you're going to do it with a carbide, the only thing with a carbide is you can't get it quite as deep. So you see, so what we're going to do is we'll start from here. You okay? And all we're going to do, we're going to roll in, cut in, come up. I'm going to stop there because I want to like frame it at each end if you like. Okay, so we've done our first run of the beads there. Now we'll stop and have a look. Turn that dust extractor off. Right, now a couple of little bits just on the end grain. We've got a couple of little bits of the tear just there. But that's fine because we're going to go back the other way to make them that little bit deeper and clean them up. Okay. So this is where you have to be careful because you don't want to get skips. You've got to keep your handle in front. Now normally I always say to you, you keep the handle behind the cutting edge. This is the reverse. You keep your handle in front of the cutting edge so the bevel is pointing the way you want to go in, and we raise and we come over, we stroke it over and we go over. Okay, now we can do it with the detail as well. And the detail will go slightly deeper. So what we're going to do, we're going to go back the other way and use the detail. So we've done it with a 9mm, I've shown you that. Now we go with a detail. Same thing, handle in front. So we're going to come in, we're going to drop it in, we're going to stroke it over, drop it in, we go. And that's how we roll our beads. And you've seen, and that's cleaned them up. See, so we've got nice clean beads now. Now we've done it both ways. We've done it one way with the 9mm and the other way with the detail. The detail will get them that little bit deeper, okay? You've just got to take your time. Now, I know, Lisa's going to go back round there for a minute. I'm going to take my mask off for a minute. Now, I know I've had a hell of a lot, and I know it's frustrating for you guys. A lot of Americans guys from the States contact me saying about they can't get my tools over there because I don't say. I have said it before. I've had so much trouble with customers. I've just given up. I'm not even looking into it. I'm not even trying no more. I've just given up because I started sending overseas again just recently, and for some reason I don't know what it is. I just get a return back to me saying insufficient documentation. The post office fill out the forms and do everything for it. So, and I then have to refund the person for the cost of the chisels plus their postage, and a lot of the time the postage for the parcels that they're buying, it's costing me 60-70 quid for postage. That's like, you're talking sort of what, I don't know, $80-85, and I'm having to refund that, and I've lost it because I can't claim it back from the post office because
well, it's customs, isn't it?
It's customs.
Not, yeah.
Just said no. So I'm sorry guys, I've given up and I'm not doing it no more. But now it's quite interesting because there was I watched a video yesterday that was done by Easy Wood Tools, Chris and Christy
yeah,
of Easy Wood Tools,
wife, yeah.
who actually have said, because I get asked a lot about these guys, because they all say they've got their Easy and they can't do what I do. They can't ride their bevel of their detail. They can't do it. And Easy Wood Tools have said their tools are actually, and it's their words, not mine. I don't slag off people's tools. I'm not into that. Their tools are actually dangerous to use by rolling them over. Other than using them dead flat and pushing in, if you don't do that, their tools are dangerous. That's what they said. I mean, in a way, he slated other people's tools because he tried to say other people that do that are dangerous tools. So that's up to him. Yeah, so there you go, guys. I can't say no more than that. If you've got Easy Wood Tools, then do what they say, because they say they are literally, they're made, designed with the sole purpose that anyone can pick one up, come in and go push, 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 and turn something. That's what they sell them as, and that's what they are.
That's what they even said. That's why they're called Easy Tools. Yeah,
I mean, I started originally turning with traditional tools, and I'm very accomplished with traditional tools. There's not a cut I cut. If I can't do the cut, it probably doesn't exist, and that's me being big-headed. Yes, I can do any cut with any tool. When I first started making my carbide tools, I wanted them to be able to do what a traditional tool does. As a traditional tool user, I do not want to pick something up and go push, scrape, scrape, scrape. That's not what it's about. You know, it's not about that for me. It's about doing the cuts. So, like I said, if you've got your tools, now, again, people have said, that's all right with my tools because you can ride the bevel, you can do these cuts, you can come in, pick up a cut and do all that. You can't do it with these tools. Then modify it. Guys, I mean, come on. You buy a bolt. I showed you the other day. I bought these gouges, right? Well, I didn't buy them. These were given to me for crying. I sharpened these up, okay? Not one of them has got the grind they came with. I changed them. I put a grind that suits me, does what I want to do, what I think is good, okay? It's no different. Why do people get this mental block? Because, I mean, you've bought a carbide tool. You've paid $100 for it or pounds for it, whatever. And it's not going to do what you want it to do. So make it do that. Get it over to your grinder, get it over to your sander, shape it, put a profile on it. Mine follow the profile of the cutter, so I can come in and I can ride the bevel. Get the bar out of the way. You need a bevel. Bevel controls your depth of cut, okay? It gives you so much control when you can use the bevel on all of them. Same as this one. See, it's swept right back. I can get on that bevel of that box hollower. Like I said, one tool to roll them all, that's got to be the one. That fantastic. I have a tool here that a detail one. This does a certain job for me. Look how much that's swept right the way back. Okay, that allows me to go right down the inside of a pot, like a pot like this, right in the bevel. That's why it's shaped like that. I have a 9mm here on a round bar. There's that one shaped back. Look, swept right the way back. That one is what I would normally use for doing something like this. it allows me to get right in. The bar is out of the way. If your tool's not doing what you want it to do, guys, change it. Make it yours, okay? Don't be frightened. If you muck it up, you'll have to buy another one and you won't muck the next one up, will you? You know, it's like I said, I can't get the gouges I wanted, so my spole gouge is here. What did I do? £150 gouge. I took it in and I made it to do what I want it to do. Now it does perfect. If it don't suit you, if it's not out there, then you've got to do it yourself, guys. So, and apparently, to answer another question, Easy Wood Tools cutters cannot be sharpened. Okay, that's from Chris himself, who apparently makes the cutters. No, it is impossible to sharpen them. You can't sharpen their cutters. They are a throwaway and replace item. Okay, mine you can sharpen. I've demonstrated it. I've shown you it. So there you go. That clears that one up as well. Right, I'm going to do a little bit of sanding on this. Very tiny bit. Really nothing much. I just wanted to clear that up, guys, because there you go. All I'm doing, I've got this ain't even a new bit of paper though. It's a bit of, I'm not tight. I just don't waste things. And all I've got to do is actually, I'm going to put my face shield on first because look at me, I'm even forgotten I've not got that back on.
Me too.
Right, there you go, I'm all safe. Don't ever do any turning or sanding without one. All I'm doing is going in on the edges here. There we go, very quick. That's it, done, that's all there is to do. Right, now, stop that. Stop that, sorry, down there. Right, there we go, look at that, what a beautiful finish. Now you see what little turning I've done, okay, and we've rolled those beads with our carbide. Okay, they might not be exactly every to the millimetre, it doesn't have to be, it's a turned item, isn't it? It's a wood turned item, come on. It's wood moves anyway. Right, I'm going to put the tools back up, and what I'm going to do now is I've got to burn the lines on. So, if you're not into seeing that bit, you'll have to skip past until I do the hollowing, because I'm going to burn it before I hollow it, okay? I want to do the basket weave first. So, I'm going to pop this out of the way. I've got to take my I'm not taking that now.
Are we going to bring it back, or are we going to? You want me to carry on?
What's that? No, I'm doing this.
We're going to carry on.
Yeah,
right, okay.
This is all good. Don't worry. I've just got to sort out my indexing system. Right. I'm going to turn my burner on. That's plugged in. Right. Turn my wood burner on. Let me make sure I've got the right gun. Yep, that's the one. Hang that there and let that heat up. Yep, that's good. Right, indexing system. This just happens to be the best indexing system in the world too. Right, so all I do is I put my indexing ring on there. Put my chuck back on. This is going to be 24. Right, little click like that. That makes sure that holds nice and tight. Ain't going to move. I'll move the tool rest out. No, I'm going to need that in a minute actually. And then for my, look at that. Oh, that's it.
So I'm going to bring the camera around so we can see it properly
right
on that side as well. So it's from all angles, guys.
My indexing system, that is it. Okay, ring on there, magnets on there, that goes in there, 24 little holes, and that's it. Locked up perfectly. There we go. When I move it, just come out, up one, in, up one, in, go on, there, in, that's it. And that is it. Right, okay. It'll be the best indexing system in the world. Right, I'm going to bring this up. No, I haven't got my face shield on it, mate, because I'm going to be burning, so everything should be alright. Oh, that's a nice hot wire, isn't it?
Okay.
Right, okay, so if I hold this on here, and I'm going to go from here. I'm actually just going to come off, turn that up a little bit, get a little bit hotter. Come on. 666, bloody hell.
Oh.
Come on, that's it. 667. Right, carry on. Yeah, this is the boring bit, I'm afraid, guys. Yeah, so I was quite surprised actually. Seems strange that they actually made a comment about it actually.
Yeah.
Their tools being rolled over, but then I know I've had so many people in the States saying about it, not being able to do it, and I'm wondering whether people have been getting on to them to say why can't they do it with those tools. I don't know, but apparently it's dangerous to do it with their tools. Do not roll them over. They are just to be used flat, and that is it. Scrape. Apparently rolling them over is like scraping a pocket knife across your hand or something, he said. I don't know, I didn't really get that bit. I don't know where that was going with that. But there you go, anyway. And the cutters are just throwaway. You can't sharpen, I think he was trying to say in general, you can't sharpen any carbide cutters. Well, there's a very good video out there by James Barry, done with Jimmy Clues, where he demonstrates sharpening carbide cutters. But I guess they're saying he's wrong. So there you go. I think he was just out to diss everyone actually.
Well, it's funny because obviously because of the price of their cutters.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm sorry guys, if I was selling my cutters for 25 quid a pop or more, I would I'd be telling you all to buy new cutters. I tell people don't buy. Oh, I had a little muck up then, didn't I? Yeah. That's going to be all right. That's going to be okay. She's going to colour it, so it'll be all right. Actually, there was actually another little point made, and according to them at Easy Wood Tools, is to get a clean finish with their tools, you need to use a negative rake after. So once you've made your cuts with your normal standard cutter, the way to get a cleaner finish, is to use a negative rake cutter. So not only do you have to buy the tool, you have to buy the negative rake cutter as well. Yeah. And if you don't want to be swapping it over every time you want to do a little finish cut, then you're going to have to buy another tool as well. There you go. Not slating anyone, I'm only repeating what I heard on there.
It's from them.
It's from them. I get asked so many questions about it, and I try, like I say, I don't slate anyone's tools. I think all tools are good. They all have their place. And if a tool, like I said, if a tool doesn't actually do what you want it to do, then change it. Make it do. You can't expect to get everything. You know. I'm sorry, guys, but make it do what you want it to do. That's all part of wood turning. Make it do the job you want it to do.
Because the thing is, like you said, most tool makers aren't wood turners, are they?
No, they're not. And I had that discussion with Ed at Crown Tools, Edward.
Yeah. And
I said to him about the same thing. It's the problem that you tend to find tool makers are not wood turners. And a wood turner knows what grind he wants. Sorry guys, this is going to take a bit of time, so I'm not going to cut and edit it.
You can fast forward if you want.
I mean, I don't know, Lisa might cut this bit out, cut a bit of it out and edit it, I don't know. You'll have to see what she feels like doing. But if not, you can always fast forward. Some people might want to, they might want to listen to me just rambling on, I don't know.
It's the usual waffle, isn't it? They like your waffle.
I mean,
some people like your waffle.
like I said, guys, I mean, negative rate cutters, I mean, easy wood tools swear by them. To me, I'm sorry, I think they're well, I've got to say, as I said, if you want negative rate cutters, okay, and they will fit other people's tools, I'm selling all mine off at £4 each, okay? No matter what size it is, it's £4. Once they're gone, they're gone. I'm not stocking them again. I only got them in because I was asked quite a bit about them, so I thought they could be a good thing. People seem to want them. Myself personally, I would never really use a negative rate cutter. I'd always cut it out with mine. You don't need to clean mine up with a negative rake. My cutters presented the way I say to present them, and I've demonstrated it on all my videos. If you use them that way, you do not need anything to clean them up. You do not need a Simon Hope negative rake. You don't need an Easy Wood Tools negative rake. You don't need any negative rake scrapers. They clean themselves up. Well, you see what I've done here. Look, I mean, I've just done that. Literally, it's taken no time at all to roll those beads. You know, we've done it with a 9mm, and then we've gone back over and done it with a detail. The detail will get you a slightly deeper bead. Now, if you wanted them even deeper, then you could take another pass over. I'm not going to say that it would be as good as a spindle gouge, because there is no tool in the world that is as good as a spindle gouge, in my opinion. Okay, a spindle gouge is the best tool that has ever been invented, and it is a fantastic tool. Okay, and a spindle gouge will give you a lot better. It'll give you more depth. It'll give you a better cut. It's just fantastic. So I just love it. I love it. I love my spindle gouges. I really do, as you probably guessed, guys. And as I said, when I originally through my turning is traditional. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't use carbide all the time. For everyday turning, I use traditional. If I was going to turn anything, I would grab a traditional tool and I would turn with traditional tools. Normally, my spindle gouges, roughing gouge, spindle gouge, are an everyday tool for me. Bowl gouge, not that often. My spole gouges that I've changed, yes, but bowl gouges not a lot. Skew chisel when I can. I don't get a chance to use it a lot. If I can have it, I will. Normally what I'll do is at the end of the day I'll have half hour or so playing with a skew chisel just to keep your hand in. Always best to do. It's not something I use very often. I don't need it in my turning, which makes you wonder why I've got so many of them, but I like tools.
You just like all your tools.
I like tools. I've got expensive tools, I've got cheap tools, I've got homemade tools. I mean, I've got thousands of pounds of tools there on my wall, as you've seen. Why would I go and buy a bit of tool steel and make my own bowl gouge? Because I can. Yeah. Simple as that. Only reason, because I can. But when I made my carbide tools, I made them so that they could actually mimic traditional tools. I didn't want a carbide tool that I just pushed in. There's times when you need to do that, like when I'm going to hollow this. You can't ride a bevel down there. You've got to basically push and scrape, and that's all you can do. And yes, they're very handy for that. For hollowing, quite often I will always pick up a carbide when I'm hollowing, because it's the best tool for the job. And I always say a tool for a job. I'm not going to say, oh well, my bowl gouge won't talk to me if I use a carbide. I'm not like that, guys. I'm sorry. Tool for what's the best tool to do the job? And carbide is probably one of the best hollowing tools, I believe. Okay, because the trouble with bowl gouges and spindle gouges is when you come down to the curve at the bottom, you can't maintain bevel, because like I said, it doesn't fit, does it? It's square peg round hole, I'm afraid, or round peg square hole, whatever you want to call it. You've got a concaved, and you've got a convex, and you know, or well, you haven't actually. You've got a concave of the bowl, and you've got a concave or a flat on your cutter, it can't go in. It cannot go in there. So that's what makes it not very good. A carbide can get in there because of the way it's shaped. The way it works differently. And it gets in there. Hence why I can run round the inside of a bowl with a 6mm AU cutter and get a finish that, well, you just dream of getting. It's just a perfect finish. People say it's aggressive, it leaves lines. Well, that's just because they don't know how to use it. They're not using it correctly. That's all it is, I'm afraid. If I sound like I'm a bit bitchy, well, there you go. When people start slating people's tools, I get a bit, you know, alright, if you're struggling a bit, you don't mean you have to go and slate other people's tools, though, does it? But I'm sorry, guys. Shipping overseas, I'm not even entertained. I'm not bothered. I mean, it's really a shame and annoying for us because you're talking literally thousands of pounds I'm losing out on, because there's a hell of a lot of people want the tools. I could be selling a hell of a lot every week.
But if you do have someone that you know in the UK who can receive them for you,
yeah, they get sent to them free of charge, and then you can just pay them to send them to you.
It's up to you to arrange the further shipping. Then.
That's it. We always do that. But other than that, I won't send them overseas. I've given up. Like I said, I started doing it again just a little while back. 2 parcels got sent, arrived there okay. Next parcel, come back to me, insufficient documentation, and that's it. No reasons why. So I ended up having to refund the person and refund them for their postage. So I'm now out for that cost of that postage because I've already paid it. Why did I go back on that one? I don't even know, but I did. Never mind. It's okay. It all looks good. I'm not burning deep into this. It's just the burn lines, really. Quite like doing this. It's quite therapeutic, actually. Take a little bit slower with it. But I don't know how many I've done. There's 24 of these lines to do, guys. So I'm sorry.
I haven't counted either.
That's all I'm doing
so
is
you're
running around. I'm only going up to that edge there.
Yeah, over half.
I've got to take that down a little bit, and I shall roll the top over. But I'm leaving it like it's blocked either end, so I don't know where I can always do it freehand and just go across the bottom with it.
No, I think it looks nice. I think it'll look nice when you do the other lines. You know, you're going to do the other lines, aren't you? Going.
What?
Over. Burn it with your... Or you're going to leave it?
No, I'm going to burn it with the wire.
Yeah, the wire.
I'm going to do that, actually, just to give it a little burn.
Yeah. That would be nice then, because you seal in where those 2 end bits are. You seal it in with one going around.
With a burn,
yeah. With a burn. And I think that would look nice.
Oh yeah, look, lines are just there, so I haven't got too many to go.
No.
Showed how to make one of these indexing systems out of wood. I've done that on my channel, but I made myself one out of metal, and actually it works fantastic. I'm looking at possibly doing these and putting them on my website. It's just getting the metal and stuff to do it. It depends. If people are interested, let me know. Drop me an email. Let me know if you're interested, and then I might look into actually doing these and putting them on my website.
Yeah.
I was looking at doing them with a 24 and I might have got a 36 litre. Pass it over in a second. I've got a 36 hole ring as well. I was only doing the 24 and 36. I'm not doing a 48. That's a bit of a pain. You just hold on to that for a minute, darling. beauty with this, it works on any lathe. And if you've got a 1.8 TPI, quite often they're harder to get these sort of things for. That's my 36 ring, that one. Okay, so I can do it the hole that does for a 1.8 TPI as well. Yeah, this is my one. That one's aluminium, that one's steel. So I'm going to make them, if I make them, I'll probably make them out of aluminium. And they just go on, as you say, I'll take the chuck off, put that on, put the chuck back on, and that's it. And you can see exactly where it is, where your holes are, so you're not searching for... the indexing system on this lathe is absolute piece of crap, it really is. And you know, I think when they changed and went to the 406, because this is the 1628, I think when I went to the 406 they still kept the same index system. Why? Everyone says it's crap. I mean, why have an index system that you can't see it? I mean, it's all hidden inside, so you're searching for that little notch, aren't you? This one, look, I can see it exactly there. You know, I can count. I've got another 1, 2 to go, and then the third one, 3 to go, I think. No, 2 to go. I think it's 2 to go, and that's it. Might be 3 to go. I don't know. But if you miss a hole, you can see immediately where you've missed. And like I say, when you burn with this, because I'm doing it on the cedar.
Cedar?
Not cedar.
Sycamore.
On the sycamore.
Oh my god.
That looks like cedar. Pretends to be cedar.
I'm going to have to try and find you some cedar somewhere.
I don't know why I keep calling it cedar.
I don't know.
So that line went slightly up on that. Like, I was talking, weren't I? Never mind, she'll forgive me. See, normally I'd do something like this, I'd be on my own in here and I'd be doing something like this, so I'd just concentrate. But it's not something I'm being paid for, this is just for a friend. I'm making it, so she wants a pencil pot, but she wants to do all the colours on it and stuff like that, so she's...
We'll have to get a photo afterwards.
Yeah, she's obviously got a lot of time on her hands.
Yeah.
One more after this, I think it is. Yeah, so like I was saying, I've always been traditional tool user. So for me, with the Carbide, when I made my Carbide, I wanted the Carbide to do. Well, when I first made them, I made them just to use flat, and I thought, well, no, I don't like it. I don't want to turn like that, so I wouldn't use them. So I decided that what I wanted to do was make them so they would behave. Oh, one more after this one. It must be. Yeah. I wanted to make them so that they would behave the same, or use them the same, I should say, as a traditional tool. And that's what I've done. And that's what I've made. And they had to be safe. They had to be virtually catch proof, which pretty much they are if you use them exactly as I say to use them. And that's what I achieved. There we go. One in the middle, look at that. It all matched up. Yeah, with this, what I was saying before, this sycamore, as I'm burning it here, I'm getting like a slight yellow tinge around the burn mark. I think that's where, one, it's the sycamore, it's probably not the best wood for it. Two, it is still slightly wet. But like I say, it's okay because it's all going to be coloured. You're not going to see it. But I thought it'd make an interesting video. There we go. Right, that's that done. Let's turn that off. Really good this work. That
Goes off pretty straight away, isn't it?
it's cooling down pretty much straight away. Give it a little wave. There you go. It's gone cold. There we are. I can pop that up there. Stay there, you. We're actually going to unplug it and get the wire out of the way from me. That's that. And now I'm going to take this out of the way. Take that off. Have a look at that. Yep, that all looks all right. That's my indexing system done with there. Take the chuck off. That's it. I don't have to take nothing out of the chuck. Just unscrew that. Pop that ring off. Oop. It actually even
Magnetises.
sticks onto there, so I can't lose it. If you was going to do a demo somewhere, a pub demo, that just goes with you. Perfect. Look at that. Right, okay. Yeah, that's all locked on. That's okay. Right, I'm going to bring this up for a minute, because what I'm going to do now, I'm going to turn my dust extractor on, because I'm now going to burn this as well. And I've got a thin wire here. Let it cool down a little bit so it doesn't break. There we go, done. And yeah, if people ever wonder why I wear this apron now, when I tend to burn stuff, I tend to go like that and then look down and I've got a big hole burnt in my top. That's why I tend to wear a leather apron. I'm forever burning my tops. There we go, look at that. Look at that, nice bit of bark skip weave there. Yeah, that should be alright. I still don't know whether I should have carried those lines on, but I can decide, I can do that at a later date. Right, let's turn that off. Right, everything's held in there okay. I don't need to do any more sanding on that. So yeah, she's going to do like a colour, a colour, a colour, a colour. And she's going to do a spiral all the way around it. Colour every one, all those.
Yeah.
That's a woman with too much time on her hands, that is. I know what that is.
She likes the sort of thing that I like. So
Well, I'm going to make sure that's still tight.
lots of colours.
I see needed a little bit of a tighten up because, like I said, it is slightly wet wood, so you know, make sure it's got that grip. It will contract that a little bit. I'm going to take that out of the way and I'm going to hollow this. And in case anyone was interested, it was actually, I think it's 6.5 inches deep. This, and it was 3.5 inches in diameter. That's what I started with. Okay. So now, like I said, I've got a little bit of crack in there. So as I go in, I think it only comes to there. I think I'm going to lose that. I might be able to take that top down just a fraction on it. And now for the hollowing, I'm going to use purely carbide. Like I say, this is one of those situations where you really can't. You can't really use gouges. There's bulb gouges, spindle gouges. They're no good for this sort of work. They really aren't. You can use them, but they're no good for it. The best tools is Carbide. And I'm going to start off, first off, just with the standard box hollower. Okay. I want to be right on centre, bang on centre. Here's where I want to be with it. So when I hold my tool like that, I'm bang on centre. Like I said, if you spin it, you'll know. If you're high, it will go that way. If you're low, it will go that way. Right, okay, let's start up and hope nothing comes flying off. I don't own a steady rest, so I'm not going to be using one. Right, okay, dust mask on. Well, face shield on, I should say. Face shield, respirator. Protect your lungs. Now this is end grain. Oh, little skip. Actually, I'm probably going to drill a hole in here first. I think I'm going to do a little depth hole. Yeah, I'm going to get a depth hole first. And we'll slow it down a little bit. Going to make it a bit easier for me. And today I'm just going to put a mark on here. So I'm just going to use a marker pen. Right, remember we spoke about it before, don't hold the shaft. And make sure you come out clear the swath. She squealed a bit when she got there. And she protests too much, me think. Right, that's going to be a bit better. Right, now that gives me a start point. And yes, I am using it flat because, like I said, this is one of those situations where you really can't do much else.
Put the light on.
Yeah, you can put the light on. I'm going to actually just have a little look. Yeah. Oh no, I think the battery's dead.
Battery's dead? Alright.
I think that one's dead.
Okay.
I'll put a light on back here. That might brighten up a little bit.
Yeah.
I've got my one I can put on here when I get deeper.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm just going to have a look and see how those cracks. I just want to see if that crack has gone. Yeah, it's there. It was there, it only goes in that little way, so that's alright. That's okay. As I get further down, I'll put my light on that goes on the tool rest.
Yeah.
So let's get rid of some of this.
There we go. Right, okay, I'm going to go in slightly. Right, that's it. Going to get my wall thickness what I'm going to be at this top. I say this is a pencil pot. It's not going to be an ultra thin, probably that thickness actually. So I'll just bring that in slightly again. And I'm going to get a finished cut on this top bit before I go any further. Apparently that is so dangerous. It's like running a pocket knife across your hand. Right, there we go. That's how we get a nice smooth finish on that bit. Right, now I think I'm going to go over to a square. So now a square carbide, and I'll step up in tool size as I go further in. Right, now for this bit, I'm going to have to go above centre. Okay, so I'm coming up above centre height. You can see where centre is down there. I'm above centre height. If I don't do that, I won't get into the middle. Like that. This is going to be quite a long process. Well, so-so. Not over long. I'm going to bring this up. I don't know whether that'll grab it there or whether I need to come the other side. Let me just bring that round there a little bit. Turn that round there. That's it. That should grab some of it. You feel right?
Yeah.
Now, because I've just done that, I'm going to have to make that finish cut again. Because I actually come further up than I meant to. There we go, okay. It's just a 40mm square from the standard set. See, I'm pretty much up to my depth that I can go, so I'm running out of bar. Clean some of that out. Very dusty. I'm going to have to go over, change to a bigger tool now because I've run out of bar. I'm too deep. What I'm going to do, I'm going to just quickly jump over to a 15mm square, just a standard 15mm square. Find the middle. Come on. I'm going past it, I'm going the other side of the middle. Here it is. There. I can't see it, so I'm going the other side and I'm... try and have a look in there and see where I'm going. So I can't see what I'm actually doing. Get rid of some of this. Figure it out. Well, you can see how far down we've got already. I can't fit my fingers down there. I'm down to about here so far. So we're doing quite well at the moment. I can't see in there neither, so I'm going to get my light and put some light on it, and so I can see where I'm going.
Some light in this place.
Because what I'm doing is I'm missing the centre. I think I'm going below the centre, and so it's pushing me out the way. It's kicking it over all the time. Mainly because I can't see it. I might have to change up to even another tool now. Why is it tangled up? There we go, throw that under there. Come around that side so it's out of my way. Oh, there we go. Put some light on the situation and everything's hunky-dory. Right, now I can see what I'm doing. Right, okay, that's where the middle is, see, is there. Because I've got 15mm cutter, it's too big for the hole. I can't get in there. I'd need a bigger hole. Well, I'm not going to try drilling it again now, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to change over to a different tool. And I think what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to maybe open the hole up a little bit with my 9mm deep hollower. And I'll see if I can open the hole up a little bit. Now the trouble is here, I can't really get a hold of anything, so this is all by I'm going to get a bit of chatter because I can't get the pressure down on the tool. That's alright, I've got it. Yeah, we're opening that up. Oh, a little bit of chatter. Well, it's not chatter, it's the tool vibrating because I haven't got enough room to get my hand there, see? There we are. Right. Nice and easy to do though. Nothing hard in it. Right, I'm getting down there, look. I'm near at the bottom of that hole. And it's very comfortable to use actually. That's my 9mm deep follower, but obviously that's going to give me rounded sides, and I want it to be a square bottom, a 90-degree bottom. So I have another tool. I'm going over to a big tool now, a big boy square tool. Right, I'm on the bottom. I think I've already got to the bottom of the hole, see? Now the bottom goes in there, flares in a little bit. So I've got to follow that. Right, just clean that up a bit. Gonna have a little hoover out. And I can have a look. Yes, I'm flat on the bottom. I've got a couple of bits on the side here. I've got to sort out little lines on that side down there. Now I'm going to clean the sides up now. Now this is one of those very rare occasions when I have to say a negative rate cutter has its place. Because as you'll notice, when I was right down there onto the bottom of this, and I am down that deep hollowing, I'm not getting one bit of grab because I've got a negative rate R2 cutter on. So that gives you, because it reduces it, because I have got to scrape at this depth, it reduces any grab. So I'll try not to get my head in the way, but I need to see. So I can come in here and go right down onto that bottom. And as you can see, there's not one bit of grab on that tool. And you can see how I'm holding it. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. I'm not under my armpit. I'm not doing none of this. Okay? I'm literally holding my handle here, nice and gentle, so I can feel everything. The wood's talking to me, the tool's telling me exactly what's happening in there. And I can just go down. There we are on the bottom. Well, I'm going to have to clean up again. And for holding it, I'm just holding here like this, that's all I'm doing. Everything's light, see? Like I've said before, the problem is if you put everything into a system and it can't give, then this is what we'll have to give. And I don't want this to be coming off. It's a bit of a clean up here. Right, now then, my bottom's what I'm concentrated on, and if you can see down into that bottom, that is actually really good down the bottom. I've got a couple of little lines here I've got to clean up. Can you see down to the bottom? You can. Good. So you can see that has given me a 90 degree down that bottom end. It's nice and clean. I'm not going to be sanding down there. This end, I'm going to clean this up now. And I'm going to stick with this negative rate for the moment. think that's actually, I think the bar's hitting there, so I'm going to have to change that. That's done its job. That tool's done its job. Absolutely brilliant. What I want now is out. I've got a standard 15mm with a negative rake on it. Go. I've done that, cleaned, little sand, and that's going to be perfect. So they're the situations where I would say yes, a negative rake is a handy thing to have. Okay, I'm going to leave that on, so I'm going to sand it. Right, I want my no, I don't want that. All my bar over here. Sorry, I've got to put this all together again. I took it all apart. Right, now then. I want a soft pad. Lock that in there, and like I said before, I'm going to move the pad. What's that? Oh look, 320. I'll save that one for a minute. I'll go in with a 180 first. Oops, got my burner. Right, that's a 240, this is a 180. And I'm putting it over to the side like that, yeah? This won't spin, this is fixed, but I can then go down inside like so. Bring this back in a bit now. I know why that was a little bit harder doing. Well, I turned my speed down for drilling and I forgot to turn it back up.
No.
I was turning a bit slow for me.
Yeah.
Still I've done it all right. And the thing is, we've done all that, we've hollowed it all out. And as you can see from here, we haven't shifted it a fraction or nothing. Such a pleasant way to hollow that. And that's all end grain as well. Well, I'm going up to 320. Like I said, I'm not putting no finish on the inside of this. It's not wanted. Right, that's up to 320. I'm going to just pop this over here for now. Take that apart later. I'm going to do this edging. feels nice actually. Right, there we go. Stop that. Let's turn that off. Let's turn that off. Put that over there. Right, got a couple of little marks right down in that middle, but I'm not, as I say, I ain't got to worry about that because it's a pencil pot, so it's not going to like it's going to be seen inside there. What am I doing? What am I looking for? A Hoover.
Oh,
A Hoover, that's what I'm looking for. Right, actually, I'll say about the down on the inside, that's not actually that bad, that, if you can see in there. For that size pot, can you see?
Yeah.
That's quite a nice finish in that. And right, so the outside, this is done with. Let me take this out. I don't like having wires around. So take that out of the way. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to put just put a little bit of sanding sealer on the outside of this. And I'm going to turn it around and take the bottom off. I'm not putting any sanding sealer on the inside because it wasn't wanted. It's not my decision, it's the person that doesn't want anything put on the inside. And there we go, that was held with my jaws at that, not perfect circle. And now if you look, Lisa will show you on the tenon, see what I've got? Yeah. See where those jaws bit in? That's like a pair of grips getting hold of. There's no way that's going to move. That's exactly what I wanted it to do. The jaws actually, look, they bite in there. They give me maximum grip. If I hold down a perfect circle, I will never get a strong enough grip because it's a perfect circle. You can't, a perfect round can't get a perfect grip on a perfect round. It needs to bite. It needs to bite in. Right, okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the bottom off somehow. Now, I don't know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm thinking, I don't want to hold on the outside. I'm going to see if my long jaws will suffice. Beautiful. Yep. What I'll do, I'll bring my twirly birdie up to hold it, just so I know I've got it, because it's held in there, but it's got a slight taper to it, so I can't say it's not going to go anywhere. Actually, I'm not going to use that one. I'm going to use a step centre one. I don't want the point to push it. The step centre's got a retractable point. I don't want it to push in too far. Right, okay. So we're on there. Right, now, again, getting back, I'm going to turn my speed up a bit. I want a nice bit of speed on here. Okay, so we're nice and fast. Right, let's go come around here. Now, getting back to what I was saying, what I want is with my tools, you see. So, because if I'm taking this off with a spindle gouge, what you'll see is when I come in, right, I'm actually cutting, I'm actually way too high, a little bit high, I should say. Right, I'm actually cutting on this bit here, so I'm not scraping, I'm not doing that, it's not a scrape. I've got my tool handle down and I'm coming in here and I'm actually cutting, okay? Because I want to cut, like so. And what I want to be able to do is drop my handle with my flute still open like that and be able to come across the bottom like this. So I'm not blunting my tool. But also I need to be able to come in here and pick up that and push in. So this was where the thing was how can I do that with a carbide? So what I had to do was make the carbide. So I have to make the back edge so that the tool can act the same. I'm cutting in exactly the same place. Okay? And I'm coming across like this with the ability to be able to drop my handle and bring the cutter out, cutting on the side, smooth, no grabbing, okay? No scraping, because I'm not scraping, because this would be scraping, okay? This is not scraping because I'm in line. I'm actually in line with the rotation of the wood. The wood's coming down onto the cutter, so I'm not going to blunt anything. And look, I can stroke that away. Okay, I can get beautiful fine shavings and a perfect finish. But I can also, because I've taken the bar away, I can come in on the bevel, rotate, pick up a cut, and push in. That's how I can make my carbide do exactly the same as a spindle gouge. Okay? And that's how I designed my tool to work. That's how I wanted it to work. I didn't want to do this. We can all do that. Okay? And all that's going to do, yeah, it removes the wood. It looks good. But I'm just going to blunt it. And, well, yeah, if I was getting £25 a cutter, I might tell you to do that. But if you come in like this, you'll find the cutter will last forever. Literally, it lasts for so long. Because we're cutting, we're not doing anything. Same as here, look, we come in, we cut in like this, look. On that bevel, nice and controlled. Remember not to hit the live centre this time. And we're coming in like this, look. Gosh. Now, we've got to the point now where we want to get a slight dome, not a dome, a slight concave. And look, that is fork and bevel control. Bevel controls the cut. I've said it before and I keep telling you. The bevel controls the cut. Flat like this, pushing in, there is no control. Okay, you cannot control it. You live and hope. So what we're going to do here, we're going to roll this in, like so, right down, roll it out. We're going to roll this over to take that sharp edge off. We don't want no sharp edges. We do that, that looks like it's floating then when it's sitting down. No one believes it's floating, but it looks good. I'm going to bring that in again. Close it completely over. There we go. This apparently is so dangerous to do. And then look, there's our bevel, right? The bar is out of the way. The bar's just the holder. That's all it is. Right, we're on our bevel. So we come in, we rotate to pick up the cut. And then we push in. The bevel is controlling the cut. And the bevel controls the depth. It stops the cutter going too far in. And because we've got no interference with our hands, When we come to that middle, we've got absolutely no tool marks because there's no interference. I'm not interfering with my hand. I'm not touching the tool rest. I've got to come back and just make sure this is going in. Now what I want to do really is take this off and hope that this is going to stay on. I'm going to move this out of the way because it's hardly holding now anyway. I don't think it's going to come off, but we all know what Fult's done. There we go. Right, so now this is where we have to be nice and delicate. And because I know she's going to turn it upside down, what we're going to do is we're going to do a couple of little ones like that. And take that off. We can just define that a little bit by just... Sometimes, like I said, with the big tape, you're limited on the depth you can actually go. It's not like having a skew chisel or spindle gouge where you could just plunge right in and get rid of everything. Right, so that's that done. We're going to take this out of the way so we don't stab ourselves on it. And then I've got a little bit of 180 grit paper here. I've had about 4 centuries. I will put a new bit there one day. And there we go, guys. So if your tool can't do that, then make it do it. Change it. But of course, if you want to just give it a little scrape, then do so. No one's gonna, you're not gonna be in trouble for it. Do what you want. Buy some more colours. That's it.
Yeah.
Well, if you buy my colours, you'll be alright because you can actually sharpen them.
Yeah.
And I've got a video on that. Right, there we go. That is it, guys. That's what I had to do. That is my job. Oh, look at the figure and that on that. Look at that patterning. Hey?
She got a nice one, didn't she?
Look at that patterning on the bottom of that. Okay, and we put just a little detail because you know she's going to have a look underneath.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, it made a nice little bottom to that. We put a little rolled edge on there. We put a little groove just there. We took a perfect cut across, put a little detail. All with our detail chisel.
Yeah.
There you go. And that's why my chisels are the way they are. That's how I made the bars. That's what I did. I made them so they do that job. I didn't want something to do. I didn't want to come in as a scraper. And that's really nice. Yeah, she's gonna, as I say, she's gonna do. I just mucked up on that one. Look, that one there. But
In what way?
well, look, it went slightly swift like that.
That's alright, there are the colours on it, you won't recognise.
But it's alright, when she's done it and she shows him, I said, well, you're painting, you went out there, didn't you?
You went out of the lines.
You went off line, you've pushed the line over. You went too hard with your brush.
Yeah.
Oh, so there we go, they're good jaws they are. For when you got things like that, see that? That's tapered the wrong way to that, but it still gripped it. Still held it. Allowed us to get a good finish on it. And the pot, as I say, the inside is not to be finished. She said she didn't want it finishing inside. It's just going to have pencils, I think coloured pencils she wants to put in it. So there you go, a basket weave pencil pot, okay, with a beautiful finish on the bottom. And it's thin. You can hear it, so I haven't cheated. We've actually got, let's actually do a little measurement because I get asked these, I always forget to do it. Right, the outside though, we've actually got 85 mil, so just under the 3.5 inches is that diameter there. And exactly the same on the bottom. Okay, so I managed to do those, look, not lying, 85.
Dead on, perfect.
And 85.
Yeah.
Just so good, isn't it? Right, anyway, we have just 150 mil depth, and our hollowed side
is 140. Okay, so we've literally we're under. Look, if I go there, there's 150. So I'm 148, 148, and we're 140 on the inside. So I've got 8 mil. Trying to take measurement. Got 8 mil on the bottom, which gives it enough weight because it's got, as I say, it's a pencil pot.
Yeah.
It's not anything. What's it? But there you go, guys. You see how we done that. You see how we did it. Sorry, it took a bit of time. That was all the basket weave, but and all those beads rolled with a carbide. No special cutters, no special tools. Just with your standard carbide, you can do that, and you can make these things. And I think you got to agree, guys. Seeing as that's had no waxing, no varn, nothing on it, just a bit of sanding sealer, that actually looks pretty good. Yeah, pretty good finish. That's a pretty nice pot. And you see no trouble hollowing that depth. There you go, perfect. Right, okay, guys. I'll see you on the next one. And like I said, if your tools don't do it, change them, grind them. You grind a bowl gouge. Don't be frightened to grind your carbide tools. Grind it back, give your cutter a bit of room, let the cutter work. But don't listen to rubbish about scraping. They're not scrapers, they're cutters. You've just seen, just proved to you, cutters. Yeah. Right, toodle pip, bugger off, go on, I've got other things to do. Can't be standing around here talking to you all day.
Bye,
Toodle pip,
guys.